Welcome back to Unveil Paranormal podcast. It's been forever.
Like yesterday.
Well, yeah, we were testing yesterday, but I'm Clarissa with Unveil Paranormal, and this is my co-host, Brad.
Yep, that's me.
I must still be mirrored because it actually worked. You're actually the right way.
Oh, well, when I'm watching, you weren't, so.
Awesome.
Hey, what's up, Jeremy?
Welcome, Jeremy. Welcome. Thanks for having us back on Things Network. We appreciate you.
Yes, very much so.
All right, guys. So I'm Clarissa with Unveil Paranormal, like I already said. This is our show. We have been off air for about 6 months now. Today is just our return show where we're just going to talk about what we've been up to, what we have coming, and what you get to look forward to. Bradley is my co-host. Some of you may know him. Some of you may have just now met him. But, Brad, tell us what you've been up to for the past 6 months since our last live show.
Let's see.
Where to start?
About 6 months ago, I had my birthday.
Nice.
Got a new cat in late October. Finally got myself a black cat that I've always wanted.
What's your cat's name?
Cole.
Cole?
Yeah, since he's black, long haired. He's living out in my garage, which is connected to the house. It's heated, so I don't want anyone being like, "Oh, you're not treating it right." No, he's fed and watered every day, and it's heated out there. He just will not come in the house, and it's like a jungle gym out there for him. He just hides and plays and does his own thing out there. So
awesome.
But I have seen him. He's still out there. So November I got a girlfriend, so that's been awesome. Yep, November 1st, me and my girlfriend Christy met and pretty much have spent every weekend since then with her.
Good for you.
I've been on one ghost hunt since November at an undisclosed location in northern Indiana in a small town.
When was that? Is that December or November?
January, maybe?
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. I know my friends Matt and John joined us, and they also did a tour for people who were going to potentially book it somewhere in the future. And I know Ricky Haler was part of that group, so
yeah.
But yeah, I've done that, and I went to Toledo in the last 6 months.
Okay.
And got to do an event up at the Collingwoods Art Center.
Oh yes, I remember you telling me about that one.
Yeah, that place is cool. It was a meet and greet with the guys from Dark Realm Paranormal. Jason, Jay, and Joe were there. Bunch of other people who were giving talks. But yeah, you and I have been invited to go up there anytime we want to. So
awesome, I'm in.
Jason has a key.
Yeah.
Your house is about halfway for me anyway, between me and Toledo. So
yeah, it's only like 2 hours for me, so it's not very far away. That's awesome. I totally forgot about that event. I remember you telling me about that, and I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was a neat place.
One place we were both at for a little bit was Unity.
Yes. Yeah.
October.
Yeah. That was in October.
Yep, we did that event. I actually had a booth. Brad was just there hanging out like usual.
Yeah, I couldn't stay for the whole day because my mom was going to be here alone and didn't want to leave her alone too much. So Dad and I came up for a bit, bought some stuff from vendors, hung out at her booth for a while. It was a good day.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was a really fun day. I always am a big fan of the Unity event. I am not part of the committee this year by choice. I've been a part of the committee in the past, 3 years, 4 years maybe. I hosted the 5th year. This is the 7th year. But for Unity in Peru, Indiana, that's the event we're talking about. I have opted to not be a part of the committee this year. As most know, the primary reason we took the 6 months off was because in July my son was killed in an automobile accident. He was only 19 years old. I had taken it very hard, and so it's taken me time to get better, to feel better. Although I'm sick again today, I have a cold. I've never been so sick until this winter. I've been sick like every other week.
Mm-hmm.
Awful. But my son Aiden was killed in that, and it's still an ongoing investigation, which I've publicized about because the accident seems a little sus. How it played out, I'm pretty sure there's people not telling the truth on that one. But my
Mm-hmm.
son, 5:30 in the morning, going to work. Long story short, minding his business, he volunteered that day, and some idiot hit him. So I'm gonna leave it at that until more information comes out.
Right, right.
So, but yeah, it's been rough. It's been hard. But I'm here 6 months later. And it's all good. Yeah, yeah, that's real sketchy. I told Jeremy a lot about
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know a lot of the details too. So.
yeah. So a lot of people know, a lot of close friends, some in the field, some not in the field, know about the details. And I'm a very public person, so don't be surprised if I publicize it as soon as things are more public. So,
Mm-hmm.
but awesome thing is Aiden is still with us in spirit. Actually, I opened my house up to Jeremy, speaking of, to investigate. And that was like 2 weeks ago, a week ago. And we actually connected with Aiden via a pendulum.
Mm.
So Aiden says he's in a good place, and that he confirmed a couple things for us and confirmed kind of some of my dreams.
Right.
Which,
Yeah, I was gonna say he confirmed some of your dreams that you told me about.
yeah. So I actually had a dream, guys, where my son was making friends with other deceased teenagers. It was like we were in wherever he lives now, and he was greeting me to his new friends that he made in heaven. We'll say, quote, heaven. Um, and we asked questions about that, and he confirmed that yeah, he's made new friends where he's at. So
Well,
I don't
that's
know,
good.
maybe it's a thing that does happen. You
Mm-hmm.
pass away and they make friends, and there's other teens out there that you know
Mm-hmm.
are
And I
there with
and I
them.
let you told me some about the pendulum session. You were asking questions that were no answers too. You weren't just answering all yeses and all like
Yeah.
positive responses too. So.
Yep. So not all yeses. Yeah, we asked like, is the sky purple? And Aiden's like, no. Well, I just imagine he's like, no, but it really was just no.
Right.
So yeah.
But I met your son, so yeah, I could hear him saying no, mom.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You knew Aiden, so like looking at us like we're a bunch of idiots. Like, what do you mean this guy's purple?
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, we did a pendulum for that, and we did pendulum for allegedly a dead body that's in my basement. I don't know. Well, I haven't dug. I might have to start digging down there.
Your basement is weird. Like I've spent time in that house, and the basement is one of the weirdest spots in that house.
I know. It's it's different. The energy is very different. Let's see. What does Jeremy say about the session? He was completely worn out after that session. I checked in with him the next day, and he was still a little tired. Said he had never had a session go for that long. Oh, he's talking about Mike that did the pendulum. So
Right.
I didn't do the pendulum, but Mike was doing the pendulum, and we were just asking questions. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that's to me, if you're exhausted after those sessions, it's legit. So, because I don't think anybody can properly do a reading and not be tired after that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get you people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Spent 50. Yeah, Jeremy did spend some time down there by himself, just hanging out.
Yeah, it's a weird place. I never really got off the steps. I just kind of sat on the steps and didn't really want to walk down around in the basement.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's I mean my house is so old. We discovered part of the attic was opened up, and I think personally, I had the money to open up. I think my house could be 2 stories, to be honest. But it was funny because they were looking up there and they said one of the guys said it looked like there had been a fire up there. And I'm like, I wonder if there was. Like,
Mm.
that's like one of those things I'm like, I need to look into, and see if that was
Mm-hmm.
possible. I had to watch the first step on the bottom kept tripping. Yeah, the concrete's really weird. There's like platforms
Mm-hmm.
downstairs in the basement, so yeah, I could see that. But yeah, Jeremy came out and he had been here before because I worked with things um, and stuff. So him and a couple of people came out and they investigated. So I hope they enjoyed their time here. So oh, you're tripping on the wooden stairs. Well, I don't tell you, dude. So all right, sorry. I can't talk too much, guys, because I will start coughing. So I apologize for coughing. But I will do the best I can. So far, nothing on the videos. Check when I do want to say check when Scott first got there because he thought he saw a shadow in my bedroom. I don't know. So I know he mentioned that to me, which
Yeah,
wouldn't surprise me.
yeah. I was
That
gonna say the other area in your house that's really weird is your closet.
it is weird, isn't it?
It is a weird closet.
It's very talkative too.
It
Like
is, yes, because we did a live once with the portal
yeah,
from from your house.
and it's a very talkative space, and I'm sure this house has been like moved. Well, my house was a duplex at one time, so like rooms have been moved around and all sorts of stuff. So who knows what that room was at one time?
Mm-hmm.
It's right now it's a walk-in closet, but who knows what it was before? So all right, so other than that, ghost hunt wise, I have not done a single ghost hunt since August. Were we at the Monroe house in August?
Yeah, didn't we go for my birthday?
Yeah, I think that's the last investigation I was at.
Yep. You, your sister, Amanda Wood, and the Bam Ghouls, wasn't it?
Mm,
No, it wasn't Bam. It was Samantha and Brad and Bug.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was. I mean, I was at the Monroe house in July, and then the Monroe house in August, and um, yeah. So that's really it. I've not done any investigation in so long, guys. I've literally have taken my time though on this healing process and trying to get better. Um, talking about death does not bother me at all. It's actually kind of a good thing that I'm into the paranormal. It's probably helped a ton with the whole loss of my son.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, other than that,
Yeah,
yeah,
we were talking about that before the show.
yep, yeah. You
There,
want to talk about that? Maybe they'll want to know about the Monroe
yeah.
house.
So, if you've ever been to the Monroe house, there is a room at the top of the stairs. If you go all the way to the top and then straight back, you can get into the Ouija board room, doll room, whatever you want to call it. But then there's that little weird room off to the left. They're turning that into a mirror room. They're going to mirror like all the walls. I'm not sure if they're doing the floor and ceiling because I know down at Whispers they've done one where it's the floor, the ceiling, and all the walls are mirrored
Oh
too.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have a special type of mirror, don't you, for the floor? Because otherwise, wouldn't it crack?
Well, they make tiles
Oh, that
for
makes sense.
mirror
Yeah.
mirrored tiles, so they would just use that.
So are they expecting people to do scrying or?
I would think so. It'd almost be like a room-sized Devil's Play box.
Oh yeah, could be. Yeah, that's what it would be. I mean, it's a nice size room for that. About perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. The one up at down in Whispers is kind of small, from what I remember. I was only in it for a little bit. I've only been to Whispers a couple times.
is that in
I've
the attic?
Yes, it's in the attic.
Okay. Okay.
I've just never went to Whispers with the right group, I think. So I've been
So
there
that
with
means we need to go.
yes, yes. Because I've been invited with people and I've gone with them, but then there's always been people who joined in who've never ghost hunted,
Yeah.
and it just kind of like ruins the whole vibe.
Right.
But I've had some neat stuff happen down there and seen some interesting stuff down at Whispers.
Yeah, it's definitely. I kind of get where they get the name Whispers from because there's a little bit of chatter going on in the kind of
Mm,
in the background. But um, I've only been in there, I think, twice.
yeah, I think I've been twice.
Yeah, it's quite a drive for me though because I'm up north. But
Yeah,
um,
it's still almost 2 hours for me, so it's got to be like 3 or 4 for you almost.
yeah, probably. Yeah. That's located in Mitchell, Indiana, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that one's an interesting place. One thing that happened to me at Whispers was the place's history is kind of like weird to me. I don't know if it's actual research or they just made these up or whatever, but the one room where they did operations or something,
Yeah, like the doctor's office area.
yeah, like there was a male that was talking to us through a spirit box and it just made me super uncomfortable. Like I had to stop talking to whoever it was because
Mm-hmm.
it just made me like I it wasn't like they said anything, but it was like their energy just felt really bad.
Like creeper energy.
Yeah. So, and I know people have had some decent stories in the basement there. I've not spent much time in the basement there.
I spent a lot of time in the basement there. The last time I was there, it was me and John and one other female, but I forget who it was with us. But we had some weird stuff going on with like a laser grid down there.
Okay. Yeah, that would. So, did you capture any shadows or anything?
Yeah, I kind of remember us talking about shadows, but
Yeah.
it's been like 2 years since I've been there.
Yeah. It's about 3 or 4 hours. So, probably, that's probably about right then, Jeremy. Yeah. So, yeah, Whispers, definitely, we have a couple investigations coming up. Well, okay. We will have a couple investigations coming up. We currently, I am going to one investigation with you.
Right, right.
You might want to plug in this location because a lot of people don't know about this location. And guys, it's pretty good.
It is. It is. Um, at the end of March, we're going to the Geyer Opera House in Louisville, Indiana, which is about 40, probably an hour from downtown Indy, about 45 minutes from my house. So just like right out US 40, out in the boonies, really.
Yep.
If you're coming from the north, the easiest way is come down through Newcastle, down 3, down to US 40, and then out that way. But you're probably going to want to stop for food in Newcastle because there is like nothing in Louisville. There's no gas station. There's supposed to be a new pizza place opening, so hopefully, because they were remodeling it when we were there about a year ago. So yeah,
Yeah.
Jeremy was with us one of the times we were at the Geyer.
Yeah. It's a one stoplight town, right?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
literally yes.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
it's an old opera house. It's still actually currently still used as an opera house. They still do live performances there throughout the year, different times. So getting in is relatively easy, but you got to work around when the shows are too. So, but yeah, just reach out to me and I can put you in contact with the proper person. So
yep. Brad is really the main contact person for that,
yeah,
honest.
because the guy you have to contact doesn't have Facebook anymore. So literally, you contact me and I'll give you his phone number and then you can call him.
What was he out and about at 2 in the morning?
Yeah, I think so. I've been there once when I did not feel safe outside. One time we were in that town and there was a guy walking around barefoot in the cold in a homemade I Love Jesus hoodie, and
Wow.
he was on a whole nother planet. That's the only time I've never felt comfortable in that town.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty safe town, I would say probably.
And it is right next door to a really neat antique store. That if
Mhm.
you can get there when they're open, has some neat stuff in it.
When they were taking a break, yeah.
Oh yeah, and there's also a really good cemetery in that town too.
Yeah, there's rumors of tunnels from the Geyer to across the street. We haven't confirmed any of that though, right?
Mm-mm. And when you
It's
do rent, the Geyer, you get the entire theater, which is on the second floor. You do get the whole ground floor, which is like a lobby now. It does have working bathrooms. It has a full kitchen, and you also get the attached building next door, which is an old bank. But the people who run the Geyer use it as like their prop shop, and that's where all their extra costumes are kept and props for their shows that they're putting on. So you get access to that too. And I've seen and heard weird, crazy stuff in that little room too.
Oh my gosh. Should we tell them about this? I think we've told the story before, but should we tell them about the you know, getting run up on?
Oh yes, definitely. What's up, Emil?
Hey, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
So
yes, we need to tell that story.
me, you, and Sky, I think, was in the prop room, right?
Yes. Yep.
So we're in the prop area, which is adjacent to the main ground level area. My sister sleeping like a baby,
And that was
and
her first ever ghost hunt too, wasn't it?
first ever ghost house. She's just sleeping like a baby in the main area. So we're like, we got this big, thick brick walls between us. And she's over there sleeping, and we're over here in the prop room doing our thing. And suddenly we just hear something rush up on us, like running. But it sounded like, to me, it sounded like it was coming towards us, but it was also in the other room, in the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
space.
It's the footsteps sounded like they were coming at us, but they were over in the side your sister was sleeping in, not
Yeah,
in the room we were in.
it was so weird. So I'm like,
And
oh my
loud,
god,
so
it
loud.
it was like, yeah, it was intense. Like I've never heard anything like that. And I felt brushed up on before, but I've never heard it like that before. And dang, like I was like, we got to go over there. 'Cause what if somebody broke in, or like I literally
Mm.
thought somebody had gotten there. We go in there while she's sound asleep,
Yep.
just snoring. Yeah,
Hey,
you, that sister,
we were just
that
talking about you.
sister. We're talking about how you're at the Geyer just sleeping while things are running up on us. That, I mean, see, I told you guys I can't talk too much, but
The last time we were there though, we were there with the Bam Ghouls, and they were just getting their first ever DVR system, and we were
mm,
helping them hook it up. And
hmm
you and I were watching the cameras, and we saw something like walk through one of the cameras, and it wasn't any
yes,
of us.
yes. Actually, I remember that. That was up where the seats are.
Yeah, in the auditorium.
I wonder if they ever looked at that footage and it captured it.
Oh, I don't know, but I remember seeing that clear as day, and you and I looked at each other like, "You saw that, right?"
Right, yeah. So, Geyer House is pretty good. Yeah, her ears were ringing. Yeah, I remember. What does it? Yeah, I remember seeing you all. We're up at like 7 or 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was the time we woke up super early at the Geyer.
yeah. Because remember, I posted that TikTok
Yes.
because I had the motion camera on me and it kept capturing you guys all up, and I'm like, oh my god, these people. Yeah, no, I like to sleep in 2 a.m. I remember that too.
Yeah, and then the other time you were you got up. That was the second time we slept there. The first time I couldn't sleep, so I got up and went upstairs and sat upstairs, and you like came up there with me and like just plashed out on the floor, and I'm like, I'm just leaving her. I'm not waking her up.
Yeah, I literally and not. I didn't have anything. I think I brought a blanket with me, maybe upstairs.
Yeah, and then that was the night
On the
Jeremy
hard
tried
floor.
to sleep down in the changing rooms.
Yeah, I couldn't
That
imagine that was comfortable.
to me, that area of the building is the creepiest to me. Is that hallway where the
Yeah,
changing rooms are, which is under the stage.
yeah, it's freaking weird back there. I don't know that I felt comfortable back there most of the
Mm-hmm.
time.
I know some of my other female friends have picked up like a creeper feel, like
Oh yeah, that
some
makes sense.
a male watching them.
Yeah, yeah, it was a big mistake for you to sleep back there for sure, for sure. Yeah, the Geyer. I mean, this has almost become an annual thing for us to go in
Mm-hmm.
March.
Yeah,
I
literally. The guy who runs it is Jeff Phelps, and he contacts me usually late February, or not even late February, late January. And he's like, "Hey, you're always the first person I reach out to every year. What day do you want?" And he pretty much gives me first pick of days. So I picked the last weekend in March. So
yeah, yeah. Let's see what you guys say here. That's why I wanted to sleep there to see if anything ever happened. Yeah, I promised not to sleep in the basement or in the costume area. Yeah, there are basements in there too. You can investigate too.
yes,
So
yes, and there is in the one basement. There is a part of the wall that is boarded up, and that's where they've told us that the tunnels are, but we've never actually taken down the wood to look.
yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, it's. I mean, that's the story. We just don't know. You know. Yeah, Scarlett, you're weird.
But yeah, Jeff actually told me that he went there a couple weeks ago and was just hanging out in the lobby area and just decided to start running a recorder and got like 3 or 4 EVPs in like 15-minute time. He had a woman's voice and a man's voice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Did it
so
sound like they were conversating or?
he told me what they said, but I don't remember what he told me now. And he's also caught a black orb there before. That's one of the first places I've ever seen a black orb.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't hardly ever see those.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
And when Jeff lets you in at the building, he usually has his laptop with him, so he likes sharing all the stuff that they've caught there over the years. So
yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a great location. Highly recommend. For sure. If you, like I said, if you want to investigate it, reach out to Brad. Brad can reach out to the person you need to get in touch with.
yeah, I have his phone number saved in my phone, so I just forward it on to the people.
Are you talking about at that location or just in general? Emil, have you been to the Geyer?
Yeah, I think him and Paula have been there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good location. Any other locations you thinking about booking for this year?
I'm still looking into Randolph County again
Okay.
because I know my friend Jeff wants to go back there later this year.
Yeah.
Um, my birthday weekend, the last time I checked, was still open there.
Oh, okay.
But that's also Jeff's 50th birthday, so his wife might be doing stuff with him that weekend. So,
Right.
but we still may book it for my birthday. I need to check on their calendar to see if it's still available.
Okay.
I kind of want to do Monroe again. I know we've
Okay.
already talked somewhat about Monroe, but that's one place I would go back every single year. The Monroe House.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Old Lake County Jail since it's back up and running again.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been there, gosh, for a little while.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite locations. If you ever go up to Old Lake County Jail, there's a really good restaurant called Tavern on Main, which is just like a few blocks down the street from it. It's a little pricey. It's usually pretty busy, but if you have time to eat dinner beforehand, I highly recommend it.
Yeah. I don't think I ate anywhere downtown when I've been to the Lake County Jail. So
Mm,
I always recommend that. Like usually when people go to these locations, maybe check out the small mom and pop shops
hmm
or restaurants or whatever, or the ones that are like only there locally.
Right. Another location I'd like to go later this year, I've not been in a few years, is the Roth House
Mm.
In Watseka, Illinois.
Hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
pretty cool place. I've been there a few times.
They were closed. I don't think they are anymore, right?
Yes, they were closed because the fire marshal in the area was being kind of a butthead, but they are now open.
Is that to you or me? Is that to?
That's to us. That pizza place is closed at, well, yeah, I don't know. If he's talking about the one by the Geyer, it is closed. But they're supposed to be opening a new pizza shop in Louisville right next door to the Geyer.
I know we had. Oh, where was it? Oh, that was Randolph. We went to that one pizza place.
Mm.
Well, we're glad you're here with us, Emil.
Yep,
It's been forever.
it has been, sir.
I'm just glad I'm here. I didn't know if I'd be able to get back to this point where I'm, you know,
Mm-hmm.
doing this, but I'm really glad I'm here, guys. I'm really glad that I can
Yeah,
proceed.
like we tried in August. Like we did our welcome back show, and then we had our one interview with the guys from Dark Realm, and had to cancel on everybody. But
Yes.
everyone was completely understanding because I'm like, I took care of it all. I'm like,
Mm.
hey, she's just not feeling up to it. We're gonna take a break. If we come back some later time, would you still come back on the show? So most of those people are still coming back. So
Yep. Absolutely. I will say this huge thank you to our guests that were booked in fall that are coming back this spring because they knew the circumstances I was going and the things I was going through and were gracious enough to say, hey, that's all right. We'll see you when the show comes back. So, I mean, I think that's awesome. That says a lot about some of the guests that we have booked, and a lot of the people we reach out to book are people we know personally or
right,
have
yeah,
contact with many times, and I think it's awesome that
yeah. So
they
everyone from the August time of year that I actually reached out to came back. So
yeah. Oh, so they're talking about pizza over here, guys. Let's see. 3 months after my accident, we all went for pizza behind the jail. Yes, I was there. I
yeah,
remember that.
I was not.
You were there? You were not there. I
I was
was
not
there.
there.
Yes, I remember that. The lake restaurant by the Geyer.
Oh, is it in the next town over? I ate there once.
I don't know where that's at.
Yeah,
Which,
I don't think you've ever been there. We usually always go to Newcastle since
yeah,
it makes more sense because you have to come down through Newcastle anyway.
yeah. Um, oh shoot, I forget what I was gonna say. Next town over for sure. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think I've been to that place that he's talking about.
I've been once. It was good.
Was it okay? Any other locations this year you'd like to get back into?
Mm,
Any new ones you haven't been to? I know you've been to just about everywhere.
I want to get back into Collingwood and actually investigate it because I didn't get to investigate when I was in Toledo because I had to leave early because my mom was not by herself for too long and it was
Yeah.
kind of a bad deal. But Collingwood Art Center in Toledo is
You
one
know
place I.
what I think you need to do? You
What's
need
that?
to go to Michigan.
Yes, I've never been to Michigan. I'd love to go to Michigan.
I know it's quite a drive for you compared to me, but since I'm further north, but yes, you need to do an investigation at a Michigan location. They've
Yes.
got a ton up there. I
Hmm.
mean,
And
I've not been
they have
there
a
for a
ton of
while.
paracons too.
Yeah. There's so many Michigan Paragon. Like it's Paracon, Michigan something Like it's like which one's which? I can't keep track.
Right, right.
But we see them posted because we're close enough to there.
Hmm.
So,
There is a
um,
new one coming back for its second year. The weekend we have the Geyer down in Middletown. The Gathering at the Windermere is coming back this year.
yeah, that would be March 29th. For that one, if you're interested in that, that's in what, Windermere, Ohio? Is that the name of the
No,
place?
no. Windermere is the building. It's in Middletown.
Middletown, that's right. Okay. That's one thing I do want to post more is still share. So last spring we did like the news, which was fun, and
Yeah.
some
And
people,
tea.
some people's panties got in a bunch about us talking about them, but whatever. Grow up. And so we have decided we want to at least share events that are like, I don't know if there's any events going on this week per se, but well, except for what you're interested in.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We can share it too. I mean,
yeah, we'll talk about it in a second, but let me finish my thought here. Um, so yeah, like the show for this spring is going to be, hey guys, we're here, welcome back to the show, blah blah blah, and then we're going to share a couple events for the week, and then we're going to have guests. So we're going to talk to guests, but we'll tell you, we're going to give you a little snippet of our guest list. And Brad has an event we're planning on going to this weekend. Do you want to share that with everybody?
yeah, I'm going. It's up in Anderson, Indiana, so it's about 45 minutes away from me since I'm here in Indy. Um, the owner of Fox Hollow Farm, and if you don't know what Fox Hollow Farm is, it's the home that Herb Baumeister had. Indiana's probably most famous serial killer. The current owner, Rob Graves, they're making a documentary that's going to be on Hulu. So he's
Oh,
doing a question and answer session about that. And then after the question and answer session, he is doing a book signing because he wrote a book too.
okay.
So they're hosting it up at the Oak Brothers Distillery in Anderson. So I'm heading up. Then I might hit the casino afterwards. So
Because somebody,
yeah, because somebody has a birthday in like 2 days.
and that somebody wants a casino night.
Right. And today's actually my sister's 55th birthday, so I wanted to wish her a
Happy
happy birthday too.
birthday! Yeah. So.
But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a cool event. Like I said, I've been to Fox Hollow like 10 or 15 times. I've literally swam in the swimming pool twice.
Mm-hmm. You
I
know,
spent
Rob.
I know Rob. I've me and my friends Tiny and Marlena Corns and John Robinson and Matthew Jackson put together two different YouTube videos, and one has over like 10,000 views, and the other one has like 7,500 views. So of our
Yeah.
investigation from that night. So I've been to Fox Hollow. I've experienced Fox Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a neat place. My mom actually knew Herb Baumeister, so
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
she
crazy.
she worked for a financial company here on the east side of Indy, and Herb took a second loan out on that house and
Yeah.
through her company, but he would never come into the office and pay his mortgage.
Yeah.
Her boss would have to drive up from the east side of Indy all the way up to the house and ring like the gate bell, and someone
Yeah.
would bring the money out to him.
That's crazy.
But her boss always knew he was like a weird guy because he always felt uncomfortable going up there. And
Yeah.
he would always tell her when he was leaving, "I'm going up to the Baumeister house. If anything happens to me," this is before any of the news had
Yeah.
broke about it,
Yeah.
and this is right when it was happening.
Yeah.
So he always was like, "This is where I'm going. If I disappear, it was him."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Maybe he knew something we didn't know, or at least had that intuition.
right. But yeah, I so wish Rob could open that house back up. But it
Oh,
was
I wish too.
yeah, it was
I've
closed
not gotten
down.
to investigate it.
It was closed down by the town it was in because they said he was using it as a business, is what I was told by Rob.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's almost a crime scene, though. Most,
yeah,
now.
yeah, literally they're still finding bones. Like they've
Yeah.
sold a lot of the land around the house off now.
Yeah.
And when they were digging the foundations for the housing addition they've added, he would go out and dig through the spoils and find still big chunks of bone, and he still sends them up to Purdue. And every time the guy from Purdue gets bones, he's like, he knows they're legitimately human bones usually.
Wow. That'd be so wild. That'd just be
the
such an experience.
The backyard is creepy. The pool area is creepy, but the place I felt the most uncomfortable was the bathroom.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
because Herb had, like, in their master bedroom, it goes out into this huge clawfoot tub that's just sitting in this own little room. And then
Yeah.
his wife had a bathroom off one way, and then Herb had his own bathroom. And Herb's
Huh.
bathroom was crazy, crazy active. And
Wow.
if he stood in the window of his bathroom, it looked right over where the mulch pile was, where he originally was starting to hide the bodies
Oh, really?
before he moved them to the
Wow.
burn pile behind the house. But
Yeah.
if you're standing in the living room and looking out the farthest window to the right, it looks directly at where the burn pile was. So he
Wow.
placed the bodies where he could still watch over them.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Fox Hollow, like I posted earlier this week, Fox Hollow will always be my favorite place. I don't think I'll ever find someplace that I will like investigating more than that.
Wow. Yeah, I would love to go there. Maybe I should go with you and then be like, hey, Rob,
Right. You know, drive down to Anderson Friday. It starts at 7.
I have to. All right, let's see what, before we talk about our guest list, let's see what Emil was talking about. Oh, was he talking about the gathering? So let's see. This is about the gathering. Sorry, I keep having to move my camera here. They're changing up the pre-convention night, so not a big karaoke and drink thing. Oh, that's what was last year.
Oh yeah, I threw up there,
Yeah.
and then John was hungover the whole second day.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
This would
even.
be-
I honestly don't know how we got back to the hotel.
Oh wow. Look, restaurant at the Schreier Inn, and then a brief ghost hunt. Then they're doing a Sorge Opera House commercial side. Okay. So a little bit of changes for the gathering if you went last year. I was trying to get the contract to bake, and it's not looking like it. Oh, yeah. All right. Thanks for sharing that, Emil.
Oh yeah. If you ever go to any event that Emil is at, he is an amazing baker, and
Hmm.
I recommend his Buckeyes.
Yes, you do. I know you talked a lot about them last year at the gathering. Yeah, I won't be at the gathering either. Obviously, I'll be investigating.
Yeah, I literally booked the Geyer, and then the very next day is when I saw when the gathering was, and I'm like, damn it.
So let's talk about our guest list, guys, because so when Unveil Paranormal started, when I started the podcast, all we did was investigations.
That's how I got on the show.
Yeah, not investigations. Oh my gosh, interviews.
Interviews.
And so we're going back to basically interviews because I enjoy one, I enjoy promoting other people. Two, I enjoy sharing other people's stories. But so yeah. I'm torn. Your YouTube has 111 subscribers, and I don't want to be the one that messes it up. Oh, no, Emil, you can go ahead and subscribe because I was at 112, and then last night I dropped down to 111.
Yeah, she lost one last night while we were live.
We were just doing a test of the new program we're using, and somebody didn't like it apparently. So, up to you. But I appreciate it.
It was probably that location owner in Ohio.
It, my favorite person. Oh God, don't make me
Yeah.
vomit. So we're gonna go over some of the people we're gonna have because we do have an awesome list. Brad has really killed it. I'm gonna share it right here. Also, my website, guys, because I do have it posted there on the website. So you can see in advance who we're gonna have on the show. But Brad, go ahead. You do the
Well,
talking.
so next week, our first guest of the season will be Phil Gibson from Heart City Paranormal, is his old team. He kind of
Horrible. Yep.
just kind of does his own thing now. Is getting really into astral photography, and he's really good at catching EVPs at the Monroe House. So I'm sure we'll be hearing some of those and talking to him about that. Then on the 18th, we have Robin Terry. Robin's the owner of the R Theater. Um, Currently still the owner of Ashmore, but in the process of selling it over the next 10 years. So um, he also does bookings for Channing's Manor. He owns some of, oh my God, John Wayne Gacy's lawyer's furniture. So
Yeah.
his house in the R Theater is kind of haunted by Gacy at times. So
He's a really awesome person.
he
When I
is.
was looking into buying a location, he had tons of advice, and I appreciate that. And I'm a nobody, so I appreciate him so much.
Yeah, and Robin's invited me out to help just like drywall the new house he's built out at Ashmore. I helped go out and do that, and then he just there wasn't a team there that night, so he just let us go into the building and hang out in there. And
Yeah.
I've been invited out to do other things, so I love Robin. Um, and then the 25th is our good friends Tina and Dawn.
Love them.
What's their team name?
They don't have a team. They're just independent
Oh,
paranormal.
they're just independent peoples. But yeah, I've investigated with them. They're actually coming to the Geyer with us too.
Awesome, awesome.
And then March 4th, we have Pete Grist. I
Yes.
don't know if I always feel like I pronounce his last name wrong.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever got to interview him too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pete is a cop from Northwest Indiana. He leads a group of high school students from Griffith High School, I believe, as a paranormal team. So every year they go and do investigations and raise money and do all kinds of cool stuff. The first time I didn't actually meet Pete, but the first time I was ever at the same location with Pete is one year I booked the Roth House, and we
Oh,
get there and there's this group of high school kids like
yeah.
doing a daytime tour of the thing, and it was Pete with his high school group.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but then I actually got to meet Pete later on.
Yeah, he was at the Geyer when I did a public there. That's
Yes,
right.
yeah,
Yep.
yep,
And his
yep,
whole team booked it. Like they took up all the tickets.
yep. I was helping at that event.
Yep.
And then on March 11th, we're bringing back Jason Arthur, Jay Lynch, and Joe Cotto from the Dark Realm Paranormal.
Yep.
They'll be promoting their new streaming service, Dark Realm Paranormal, or Dark Realm TV. It's on Roku and Fire Stick. It's going to be. They're taking like anyone who can produce content on a regular basis, and they're just giving people a platform to share their stuff. So
Yeah.
they're really cool guys. They have crazy stories. I'm going to be asking them about the witch at the Meyer parking lot in Ohio.
Nice.
The 18th we have no show because it would have been Aiden's birthday.
Aiden would have been 20 years old on the 18th
20
of
on the
March.
18th of March, so we're taking that week off.
We're gonna take it off, guys. Yep.
Yep. March 25th we have the Wicked Wiccan Sisters.
Okay. Yep.
They do a lot of vending at different events, and I've never investigated with them, so
I haven't either now.
it'd be fun to talk to them. And then April Fool's Day, we have Jill from the 861 Lodge in Keithburg, Illinois. I think it's the name of the town. It's way the heck over there. It's over on the Iowa Illinois line. So
Yeah.
she's going to join us, and we're going to talk about that location. Then April 8th, we have Bob Freeman
Nice.
of that
Yeah.
location that we can't talk about in Northern Indiana. He sells books. He been in the investigation a long time. He does have a new location in
Oh.
that same small town that is now
Okay.
open. I've not been to it yet, but I I know the building, and I've always thought the building was weird before it became available. So I can't
Yeah.
wait.
And
And
he is he going to go public with his locations
um,
eventually?
eventually, yes, it's in the charter of him being the person who runs that location. That when
Mhm.
the people who own it go away or disband or whatever they're going to do,
Yeah.
he gets to take ownership of the location. So,
Okay.
and then our final scheduled show right now is Tax Day, April 15th, and we have this year's host of Para Unity 7, Linda.
Yep.
Linda Burns,
A parahistorian.
the para historian, member of Trips. No, not
No.
no TS.
Yes.
Yeah, TSPI. Yes.
Yep.
So, yep, that is. And I have a wait list of people who we're going to add. If we add more dates, I have them listed here too. So,
Yep. And yeah, Jeremy, long story short, there's going to
um,
be a second location. But
yeah, I think it's open. It's the it's catty corner from the location you know him for. It's the church that has the round windows that have the Star of David in it, which is weird because it's a Christian church. But yeah, that. Yep, I will definitely
add
add
Jeremy.
you.
Yep, absolutely, Jeremy. You're always more than welcome to join us.
Yep, yep. If you're free on the 29th, you're more than welcome to come to the Geyer again too.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested in being interviewed by us, basically the show is just all about you, your stories, whatever you want to promote. If you want to promote any of your socials or anything like that, videos, whatever you do, you can do that. Investigations, events, anything like that. It's just you. We just are here to interview you and get to know you and get to know your paranormal experiences because everybody has different experiences and we love to hear those experiences. See, that being iffy, FYI.
I
So,
understand. I just wanted to throw it out there in case you wanted to join us.
yeah. So, and that is the investigation that he's talking about is a private one. So,
Right, right.
don't be shaming out people. But we will be, I've been talking about, and I posted it about booking a couple locations to do public investigations. I enjoy public investigations just as much as private ones um, because I like to teach and show and learn and see other people how they investigate. Public investigations are great for newbies and they're great for like people who just want to network and want to investigate with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I am not one of those public investigation bookie companies, whatever BS. I don't do that. I do not profit off of any of this. I literally take how much the cost is divided by how many people I'm gonna allow come, and that's the cost.
Yep.
Because it doesn't benefit me at all to profit off of these locations. I'd rather just be able to get to investigate with other people. I was there once before. I actually got into the pay to play locations because of a public event. I went to my first one in 2016. Paid for my spot and I went all by myself. I didn't know anybody there. Got to investigate for the first time at a pay to play location, and I've just not turned back since.
Your original one was Old Lake County, or Blackford County Jail, right?
Blackford County Jail was the first pay to play place I was ever at. Yep.
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 My first pay to play place was Waverly Hills. So.
Yeah, you went big.
Yeah, I went big, and it was a private, and we only had 8 people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was it active or?
Yes. I didn't catch hardly anything, but the first time I went to Waverly Hills was the most active, and I've been there 2 to 3 times since. At least 2 times. But yeah,
Yeah,
the first time I was there was the most active I'd ever seen it. And it was my first ever like official ghost hunt too.
yeah,
It wasn't just my first pay to play, it was like my first ghost hunt. Like
right.
I'd had a team come here to my own house, and then
Okay.
I'd done like 1 or 2 cemeteries, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
official like ghost hunt, it was Waverly Hills.
Yeah. And that's kind of how it goes with ghost hunting is you're curious and you once you do your first official ghost hunt, like an official ghost hunt, like with equipment and all that stuff, I feel like either people are just they're going to do it all the time or they're just not going to do it ever again.
Yeah, I've pretty much not stopped since 2011
Yeah.
or 2010 when I think. Yeah, I think it was 2011. I think it was June of 2011 was my first official ghost hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. So you either know it's for you or not for you after you do that first investigation. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
definitely be looking around. Thankfully, a lot of location owners do allow public investigations. Some of them don't like it because they don't want other people profiting off of them, but you know, certain location owners I don't like. All
Yeah,
right.
I try
What
not
do
to. I try not to talk about him as much as
yeah.
possible.
Waverly's mostly quiet for you. That's a bummer. I've had a lot of experience at Waverly the few times I've been there. Yeah.
It, it, yes, Waverly is exhausting to me because you pretty much have to just be moving at all times, or you're never going to see the entire building.
It's huge. It is huge. 5 stories, I think, plus the
Mm-hmm.
lots of bats.
Yes,
Lots of
yes.
bats.
I
People.
have a couple private residences that I'm in the works with too, so I'm always doing those too. So I
Yep.
have an interesting case out in Terre Haute that was brought to me by one of our really good friends, Matt Campbell. So
Yeah.
we're going to be getting into that house at some point.
Awesome. Yeah. Work out your legs before going for sure.
Yes, yes, lots of stairs.
Yeah, and I mean that's pretty true. To know it's public compared to private, I don't know. It's private. I consider private investigations where I just invite my friends. Um,
Right,
thank you.
like a hand picked.
Chris bought a beekeeper suit for bat places. See, I thought maybe that might be a good option. A beekeeper suit.
We made that joke before.
Yeah. I mean, we've tried to come up with some ideas of helmets and
I still have the tennis racket that's electrified.
yeah, an electrified tennis racket. I mean, I could do like one of those big bubble man outfits and they just bounce off of me when they hit me. Be all squishy. Wouldn't it be cool if they had pockets though, like the big bubble man ones with a bunch of
Right,
pockets? Then I can like have my
have all
equipment.
your gear. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Somebody create that for me so I can go investigating in peace.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't bother me if the bats are there. It bothers me if they can touch me.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I don't like it. But it has the beekeeper suit probably does have pockets. I love my pockets, so
Amazon.
yeah, yeah. If I go to any places like Waverly or other places that are known to have bats, I'll definitely have to look into something because that's my kryptonite. Everybody knows it.
Mm-hmm. But it leads to some pretty funny stories. I mean,
Had my dates wrong the week before Gary come home from Louisiana. I'll pencil it in. Just let me know.
all
Okay.
right, cool.
Reach out to Jeremy. All right, cool. Okay. So, guys, guess what time it is?
Bedtime.
It is bedtime. It is. Honestly, it probably is.
I've been
I've been,
I've been up since 3:30 this morning, so it's definitely bedtime.
yeah, you're definitely, he's got that early shift. So, with that said, everybody, guys, I do thank you so much for joining us again for another week. Uh, we hope that bedtime is the new tea time. Yes, it is. We hope that you do join us the next couple weeks, and further on beyond that, to see our guests, to hear their stories, get to know their paranormal experiences, all of that. Brad, do you have anything to say?
Thanks for watching and tuning in and all the comments and everything. That's awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and we will all see you next week.
Yep. See you,
Bye.
everyone.